all or nothing, right? And at that point, there was no all, right? So it became nothing. Yeah. I actually started off making music in my parents' basement. I was very shy and like insecure with my music growing up, but I was posting my music online. Like the biggest DJ in Winnipeg, he DM'd me out of nowhere, like, "Hey, do you DJ?" Right? And of course, I've never played in front of a crowd. Of course, I've never played in front of my friends. That's what I wrote. Yes. It all just happened so fast. New music. I'm trying to make music. I'm trying to meet new artists. I'm trying to do like this and this.
Damn.
And they were like, "You want residency?" I'm like on my high, right?
Yeah.
Just dropped the album, like immediately had like 3 million streams or something. Had the album show, I was able to play Summer Sound, like just play Chasing Summer, like all these amazing things. And so, and my boss hits me up. "We're gonna have to let you go." That was like a whole nother like low point. It made me take a step back and reassess like my identity. I could go beyond just putting myself in this box. It was like I needed to get rid of this to be able to evolve into something else.
Andrew, I gotta ask you something. So you just got off stage,
Yeah.
and there was a little pause in the music.
Yeah.
Between the transition.
Yeah.
And you know it can be awkward when there's a little awkward pause.
For sure.
But what was it like hearing the crowd chant your last name?
Oh, you guys were there for that. Oh man,
Lampa.
unbelievable, man. Like I feel so grateful and blessed that people feel that sort of urge to do that, right? Because for me, that goes beyond music. That's like a community sort of thing, right? It's like one person over there could be chanting Lampa, another person over here who doesn't, like, they don't even need to know each other, but it's like they're here to experience this thing with me and us, and it's unbelievable. I'm very grateful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What does it feel like that, you know, you are a part of someone's memories and you're forging those connections while they're at Summer Sound?
Oh, that's a tough question. That's tough. Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Like I'm sure for both of you, like do you watch sports or like you go to concerts and it's like you're in a room filled with people and it's like, yes, part of it is about the game that you're watching, but like the other half are the memories that you're creating with the people around you. And so when I'm DJing and I'm playing music or even making music or playing music, it always goes back to like making those memories with people, and it's just like unbelievable.
Yeah, I find it crazy that we're all just on our own paths, like in life, and then at certain moments you cross over. Yeah. At certain moments, at the right time, like we're talking about the Summer Sound love story here, but like, how does it feel that like you may be the reason for someone's Summer of Sound love story or something else as well, if you ever think about that, you know?
Yeah.
Like while you're playing, maybe some guy sees some girl see some guys, and then they're like, they have a video of them and you're in the background. Yeah. And you don't even realize that impact that you're having.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's listening to this and you have clips of that, send it over because that's content.
That's content. I'm kidding. Big content guy.
Yeah. And publicity is good publicity, right?
Yeah, I think part of it is that, but like another part is like, I just want to like celebrate those moments with people too, right? Yeah. And like speaking of crossing paths, like we were just talking about earlier, how we've crossed paths so many times, and it's like it's finally great to you know be here and have this conversation with you guys.
And it's right to do it here. Like we're at Summer of Sound.
Yeah.
We just got off your stage,
for sure.
Your set. Like, can you talk about what the world was like playing at Summer Sound? Like, what's that feeling like? How'd the set go?
Oh man,
ups, downs, everything.
Yeah. Well, ups and downs. Like my feet were up and down a lot. My calves are gonna feel super sore tomorrow. I can't wait for that. But yeah, it was exciting because my set was at 4 o'clock, right? It's a little earlier than because people are working today and things like that, and you know people showed up and people were like flowing in, and it was nice to see that progression and that growth throughout my set. So yeah, it was a good time. Unbelievable feeling. Yeah.
And I'm sure you know like you're getting the name chanted at the end of your set. Yeah. That took a lot of hard work and dedication to the craft, and sometimes you were probably playing in front of 0 fans.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So take me back to where this journey started for you, and what inspired you to take on this musical journey.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that question. That's a really good one. So, I actually started off making music in my parents' basement. I wasn't DJing at all. I was very shy and like insecure with my music growing up, right? Like I would have friends over, we would chill in my parents' basement, and I would have like gear set up, like DJ gear, and like after a show we'd come back to like my parents' place and they'd be like, yo, Andrew, like play something for us, like play something. You have the gear, like we know you make music, like play for us. And I'd be like, no, I'm kind of like shy, you know. And but I was posting my music online, like the music I was creating, and so Upcycle, or like John Skeen, had reached out to me on Instagram, and he DM'd me out of nowhere. I was just so like taken away because he's like the biggest DJ in Winnipeg, right? And he DMs me and he's like, hey, do you DJ, right? And here I am with like my phone, right? Do you DJ? And I'm like, I've never even DJed in front of my friends. Guess what I wrote? Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
You always gotta say yes, right?
Yeah. 100%.
And so I figured it out. I played an opening set at 11 o'clock, so like no one was at the club at all, right? And then I think like 5 minutes into my set, I see people coming in, like my brother and my friends, and they all have like Lampa shirts, like shirts. I'm like, oh my god, that's insane. And so just to backtrack a little bit, Skeen was like, if this goes well, I'll let you play the closing set, right? So like halfway through the night, he pulls me aside and he's like, Andrew, you want to play the closing set? I was like, bro, please, like, I'm ready. Go. And so that went well, and then the next day they were like, you want to come into the office? I was like, sure.
What does that mean?
Yeah, right, what does that mean? Like,
I'm in trouble.
Did something go wrong? So, man, like it really felt that way because there was a table in between us. It was me, the club manager, and Skeen, and there was like paper in front of them. And they like slid it over.
Damn.
And they were like, do you want residency?
4 million.
Yeah.
Email.
They did say 4 million. I said 8, and then maybe we'll talk.
Okay. You gotta play the bargaining game.
Exactly. Yeah, and so since then there's more, man. Like I moved, I quit music for 4 years. There's like a whole thing we can
we talk about like when you said yes and you hadn't, like, you were like, I gotta figure it out now.
Yeah.
What was that like transition? How much time was in between you said yes to like getting there, and what did that look like?
I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was like a good amount of time because we still needed to promote the show.
Yeah.
Right.
So what'd you do in those 2 to 3 weeks?
I bought a lot of Red Bull and Monster.
Okay.
Probably not great, but I listened to like a lot of sets from like artists who I was like inspired by. Like I'm very basic. I like really commercial sounds, like Calvin Harris, like Zed, like Tiesto, all those guys. And then I tried to imitate what they were doing, right? Imitate the greats, and then you can sort of find out your own path, right? And so that's what that looks like.
Man, really, but taking that shot on yourself, you know, when you've never played in front of even your friends.
Yeah, for sure.
What was going through your mind when you typed yes? Like,
so the number one thing that I like preaching to myself, because you need to constantly remind yourself, right? Is you need to get out of your own way, right? Like, yeah, of course I'm filled with doubt. Of course I've never played in front of a crowd. Of course I've never played in front of my friends. But if I don't say yes, how am I going to grow? How am I going to go beyond what I am now, right? There's like a book called What Got You Here Won't Take You There, right? And so it's like, if you continue doing what you're doing, how are you ever going to get to the next level, right? And so I was very stressed out, but we made it work, and now we're here. So
did you always think you wanted to do music, or was there something else down the line that you were planning and then this happened to come about?
Let's see, my hobbies. I love cars. I like basketball. But I'm Asian. I'm short, so I can't like hoop, right? I can't play in the NBA. But growing up, I was that. I'm still kind of skinny, but I was like the skinny kid in band class who was like carrying around, like, you know what the tuba is, right? It's this huge like thing, right? And so I was always sort of doing music, but electronic music was something that came to me afterwards, for sure.
What would you say your teenage years, or the fundamental life lessons that you take now and apply it to your life? Like, what were those fundamentals that you grew up on?
Oh man, we're getting deep, bro. That's
Welcome
crazy.
to a pod. You wanted long form, baby.
Long form, all right. Crack open some beers. I'll say one, just because. I'll say one. There's this. He's, don't quote me. He's like an investor, kind of like a motivational speaker. His name is Ray Dalio. He has this book called Principles. Right, and it's sort of what you said reminded me of that book. And there's this one principle that I always come back to, and it's sort of when you're in a situation where everything seems dim and you feel like something's out of reach and you're filled with doubt and all those things, think of it almost like a game, right? Where you have this challenge in front of you. You do the steps to get through to the end. It might be the most challenging thing ever or whatever, but at the end, what you get is you get a gem, right? Or like a coin, right? And then next time in life, when you experience a sort of similar situation, think of it as a game, right? You have that little arcade game there. Now you have this coin that you can redeem, put it in this coin, play the game, you know how to play it. And it's sort of like a reminder, right? Where it's like, yes, this thing is an obstacle, it's a challenge, but at the end of it, I'm gonna have this coin, this gem. And so that's something that I try to remind myself to get back to, you know?
It's very similar to like Alex Hormozy quote, where he says confidence is just an undeniable stack of proof that you've gone through life. Sort of like real confidence is just stacking those small wins.
Yeah.
And I am who I am, right?
Yeah. So. I love. But if we got a reverse role. You want to sit over here?
No, anytime.
That's amazing.
I mean, like those coins that you're talking about, those are obstacles that you're facing.
Yeah.
Throughout your career, how many coins have you collected and used?
Ooh. Oh, I haven't counted. I haven't counted.
What's one of the coins that you remember?
One of the coins that I remember is one of the coins I remember goes something like this. Thinking back to the worst time in my life, I'm still here, right? It's like if you think back to the worst time of your life, I don't know if it had to do with school or family, like a relationship where you're the most stressed out, like what the fuck, how am I gonna like get past this? Think to where you are right now, like you made it past it, right? So it's sort of, that's like a coin that I like to, I'm all about like reminders and stuff like that. In fact, Emily reminds me a lot because I need to do some chores very often, so thank you for reminding me.
What was the worst part in your life?
What's that?
What was the worst part in your life, if you don't mind sharing?
When it comes to music, I sort of shared this on Instagram very recently. At the time, I had opened up for like Adventure Club. I opened up for like Marshmallow. Everything felt really good. Yeah. And I was moving to Toronto with my girlfriend at the time. I'm kidding. She's my only girlfriend ever. Okay. I've never ever had another girlfriend. Yeah, and so I packed my bags and I was like, hey, like we're gonna move to Toronto. Like this is gonna happen, right? This is like just open for Marshmallow, everything. Had a residency, everything like that. We ended up breaking up. I moved to Montreal. I don't even speak French, I had like a telemarketing job I was let go of. So I was unemployed in Montreal. I didn't know anyone. I didn't even speak the language, right? And so I totally quit music. I fell off the face of the earth. Moved back here, sort of picked myself up by the heel of my boots, I guess, and I put my head down, focused on like my mental health, on a lot of things, like my career. And now I was able to like buy a house. I was able to have all things into play, and then I slowly got back into music because it was COVID, right? I think all of us we're going back to some of the things that we used to enjoy because we have had so much time, right?
Of course.
So that was probably a really difficult time in my life. In fact, that time inspired the album that I released last year, Oblivion, and it just hit 8 million streams, like a few, something streams. Losing count these days. But
just got too many.
No, if we're on the record, something like 800 billion. Yeah.
What were you telling yourself when you are going through that hard time? Like when you're in that hole. A lot of people tend to dig further and further until they can't dig anymore.
Yeah.
So how did you build back up?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't easy. I remember my roommate at the time. I would sort of just like sit on the balcony, right, and just like look up at the stuff. Bro, this is too cheesy right now.
I do the same shit, man.
Yeah, let's go. Yo, 10 p.m. I'm gonna come find you.
Honestly,
on the roof of this.
On the roof of this.
We'll bring these. Yeah. Oh, sorry. What was the question?
It was just how'd you get yourself out of that dark place?
Oh, yeah. It wasn't easy. I like to think of my parents in those moments, because it's like they moved here when they were immigrants. They barely spoke English, you know, and they raised 3 kids.
Yeah.
Like in this economy, I mean, this is
in
really
this
bad.
economy,
yeah, right? Yeah, and it's like for them, it's like you just got to do what's necessary, right? Of course, like it's okay to feel the way that you're feeling, but sometimes, you know, you can't be in your own way, right? So yes, like feel those feelings and like put a name to those feelings. That's really important, right? And then I was doing a lot of reading. We were talking about books now, right? But yeah, and it's like I guess hearing challenges that other people were facing, it sort of helped me feel like I wasn't alone in that. And so, yeah.
Did you ever think that you were never gonna touch music ever again?
Oh, absolutely.
Like you were fully like done. You're like, I'm not doing this ever again.
Yeah.
Really?
100% cold turkey. I was like, this isn't for me. Like I gotta like start over, because if I saw music, then I gotta start over. And like, there's other things in life to enjoy. Like if I focus on music, I won't be able to focus on anything else, right?
Yeah.
And so I guess through like life and experience, what we learn is that not everything is so black and white, right? Not everything is so like yes or no. It's like you just have to find balance. So yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was that turning point of like, I'm done? Like, especially if you'd been doing it for so long and or like had been having all these successes.
Yeah.
Then saying no and being like, now you're saying no, and now you're being like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, what was the catalyst for that?
I think with everything hitting me all at once, like with Montreal, like the relationship, like my job and everything, it made me take a step back and reassess like my identity, right? And I felt like I could go beyond just putting myself in this box of music.
Sure.
And so it was like I needed to get rid of this to be able to evolve into something else. Right. But I didn't know at the time, what I didn't know at the time was that I could evolve and still include music in that. Right, and that's where I'm at right now, and it's like there's so many like amazing things that are happening now with like music and stuff like that I'm excited for. So, yeah.
Can you talk about your rise to that moment? So you mentioned like opening up for Marshmallow and doing a thing. What did that progress look like? How long did it take? And what were some of those stories of those moments?
Oh, we're really digging back into the archives of my mind. It was a couple of years since like the situation with like the desk and the paper, like you're in trouble, right? It was like a couple of years between then and there, and I had released music at the time. I think one of my remixes hit like almost 200,000 plays or something, which isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things, but for me at the time, it was
a lot. Yeah.
It was a lot, yeah. But I think one thing that was by my side, like sort of being in this industry, and like you guys would know about this too, is like you just have to be authentic, right? Because people can tell when you're trying to like gain something from them, right? And it's like when you're at like the highest level of this thing, like you guys talk to artists everywhere, right? You talk to like local artists and promoters who are like doing amazing things in like this field. It's like the people who are at the top are people who like are in it because they have a passion for it. Exactly. And they're enjoying it, and they want to enjoy that with people who also enjoy it. Not so much like, hey, I want to whatever. But I don't know if that answers your question.
No, fair. Do you have a story from that moment that you were like, you hit that 200,000 views, but or streams? Was there anything else that we were like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this right now?
I think at the time it all just happened so fast.
Okay.
You know, because you're making music. I had like a job at the time. Yeah. And I was DJing too, like with the residency, and so it's like every week you're gonna like new music. Plus, I'm trying to make music. I'm trying to meet new artists. I'm trying to do like this and this. Like you guys know the hustle, right?
Of course.
Like but in hindsight, it seemed to happen. I think for me, like fairly quickly, and I think because of that, it didn't give me that opportunity to build as much resilience as I have now. Right? I'm super thankful for what it was and what it allowed for me, and like other people who were sharing that moment with me, who I was able to share those moments with. Yeah, in between I had like 2 residencies. I played in front of 0 people, like in front of no one from time to time. Yeah.
Okay.
What did that feel like, when you've hit low, you've gone to the depths of your mind and slowly started climbing back?
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden there's a paper sliding across the table, and like, sign the dotted line, you've made it.
Yeah, it's insane. It's definitely a crazy feeling. Yeah, like that was a really low point of my career. But there was actually another one that happened quite recently, and it was after I dropped the album.
Oh wow!
I have not. This is gonna be good content. I was thinking about content because I haven't told. This hasn't been like public yet. But so in the last couple of years, I played like Chasing Summer out in like Calgary.
Okay.
I released a song, got like 1 million streams in like 7 weeks or something.
Wow.
And then I released my album, had Oblivion, did like the album show. It was insane. And like the week later, I was gonna play Summer of Sound. And I remember after the Oblivion show, like after the album show, I have like a full-time job, right? And my boss hits me up and they're like, you wanna meet over like Slack, over like the team messaging software. And they were like, you know, we're doing some restructuring.
Oh, sure.
We're gonna have to let you go.
Oh fuck.
This is, bro, I'm like on my high, right?
Yeah.
Just dropped the album, like immediately had like 3 million streams or something. Had the album show, I was able to play Summer Sound, like just play Chasing Summer, and like all these amazing things. And so that was like a whole nother like low point. And it's like, I think just like through life, we're gonna have those low points, and I don't even know where I'm leading with this, man, because I feel like I'm still sort of processing those things. Like the CP that I'm gonna drop in the summertime, it's sort of a body of work that I've created post that, right? I mean, now like I have a job and stuff like that, but there are, I think that's just like a reminder that, you know, life is inherently gonna be filled with sorrow and stress and challenges and obstacles, but you know, I'm thankful that the people that I love are in good health, and that I have this opportunity to, you know, make music and to create those moments for and with other people.
Yeah.
And that's what sort of helps me keep going.
Yeah, we always talk about this on the podcast, but we say we have the reference of like a roller coaster and how it always goes up and down.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's so hard. It's just when you're at the top, it feels so good, but you know you're just coming down right at the bottom, and then you're gonna be at the low again. And it's just learning how to deal with staying in the middle, you know.
Yeah.
And so where do you find that even ground when, you know, you're opening up for Marshmello, like arguably one of the biggest artists in the world.
Yeah, I mean it's different now than like back then. He was still really big back then.
Right.
But,
again, you know, you gotta like, you're at the top of the mountain. Now you're like, I'm the man. How do you not let it get to your head?
Yeah. The ebb and flow of life, I guess. I think when people first experience that, like it's hard not to let it get to your head.
Exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. Because it's like, I'm on a roller coaster? Like what?
You don't know. Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, we had no idea it existed, right? But
Yeah.
like being where we're at right now, it's like, okay, I'm on a roller coaster. You know, there's like the law of equilibrium, right? What comes up must come down. So it's just gonna do that, I guess. But it comes to experience, I guess, as you guys know. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Is it hard? Do you still have those moments, and like especially when you're dropping things and things are going well, that I'm the shit right now. Like, you know, it's happening now, and I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even drop the album, and then you make all this music, you get all these streams, and then you got to go to work the next day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, what's the difference there? Like, what's your job if you don't mind me asking?
So I work in UX. It stands for like user experience.
Yeah,
and so I help with like apps and like websites and stuff like
Cool.
that. And so that
totally not what I was expecting.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, give me your guess. You can be honest.
I don't know. We talked to Infect yesterday,
and how was that?
He told us that he was a web designer.
Oh.
And then I was like,
there it is.
I totally nothing. That I'm like, oh, so you DJ the crazy, you travel the world, you DJ, and then you just like make websites. It's sick. Like that's a cool thing to do. That's like, I need a website. Like, that would be so cool.
I don't know if you guys need. So Emily she's a designer too. Okay. Like so she's the DJ and the designer. So
like you know on computers or like
so I did
fashion design.
Pretty much all the design for Summer Sound. So
Oh wow.
yeah, like together again.
Like graphic design and stuff.
Yeah.
I also do websites. If you need websites, hit me up.
Yeah.
Emily, can I call you out right now? Can I call you out?
Oh no!
Yeah. I don't know if we want to do this live on air.
Is it about the time?
Yeah.
Oh
I know. The ones posted on my graph.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Too late for the lanyards.
I hate.
2,000 of them printed.
No, I hate to do that to you.
I
I'm sorry. Damn, that's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, but she works hard, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and so there's a lot of promo and graphic design, you know.
Of course.
These graphics are amazing, man. Like,
I mean, themes are sick.
Yeah.
These are-
Yeah.
Shout out. Okay, so then going from, like, you're like your day job. Like, what, dude? Did people you work with knew that you also DJ'd, or was that something that you kept separate? Like the two different lives that you were living.
Yeah, I
Or
used
you
to
are
try.
living.
I used to try to keep it separate.
Okay.
And then with my last job, it was like, bro, it was like a whole thing at work.
Really?
Like, I'm making it sound bigger than it was, but like one person found out about it, and then they shared it in like the team group chat, and like everyone was like sharing it. They're like, oh, how come you never told us about this? Like,
Yeah.
what? They start following. What's
The
that?
Slack message comes through.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like-
And then they started adding me on Instagram and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, you guys are like so amazing and stuff like that. And I remember like my last manager, and she was like, you know, like, wherever like you work at next, like whatever, you have to tell them that like whatever that you also do this, because it's like part of yourself, right?
Yeah,
it's part
of
of you.
course.
And so with this job that I started about a month ago, I created like an introductory slide deck. 'Cause, bro, I'm a fucking nerd.
There you
man.
go.
I'm a nerd.
There you go.
And so part of that was like me DJing, and they're like, oh, that's really cool. And so it's just sort of about starting the conversation, being authentic to who you are. Because I used to worry like, oh, if I show them that I'm a DJ, you know, we have clients and all these things, like big clients, and so I tried to keep it separate. But
See, I often reflect on that because outside of podcasting, I'm an engineer.
oh, okay, yeah.
And so I often
nice.
think like, man, like I talk to some pretty wealthy clients, and it's like they find out I podcast on the side. It's like, what are they gonna think, right?
Yeah.
But I think of the opposite now. It's like I have great communication skills. Like they added on, right? And I so often think like people now tend to look for individuals who do something extra outside of work. Right?
I agree with the
And it's like, okay, you're not just an engineer. Like you can wear all these different hats.
Yes.
And
I
so,
love that.
like,
yeah.
Where do you find the balance between, like, you often have to take days off of work to go and perform?
Oh, bro, I take naps. Like Emily will be like, I don't know how you can like nap in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Like that's how I sort of find my rest, but I don't know, cause it's definitely interesting. Where it's like during the day I do like research, so I'm like very nerdy, but like after that it's like, oh, I could let the creative juices out, the naps help.
Yeah, quick nap.
Power naps.
The power naps.
10 minutes or 15?
Yeah, let's go with that.
2 hours?
Let's go with that.
For sure. Yeah. No. Is there any overlap or things that you take from both worlds, like the you said the nerdy side, but like also like
that's a great
analytics and
question.
things like that? Like, is there anything that you take from both sides that help one help the other, or the other help the one?
Yeah, that because you were just saying how like the
communication skills and everything.
Yeah, that. And so earlier I talked about how like growing up I was like really shy, like insecure, like very, very introverted, like very like in my bubble. But DJing has sort of helped me get out of that, right? Because you're on stage, people are watching you. Like part of it is like the music that you're playing. Part of it is they're making memories with their friends, but another part is you as the DJ sort of leading the charge, right? So if you don't bring your energy to the game, that they're gonna feel that, right? And so for me, being on stage, that translates to my day job because I'm presenting in front of stakeholders and very like, you know, wealthy clients and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's one part where it's like you build up how you present yourself, I guess.
Exactly.
Can you gauge a client the same way you can gauge a crowd?
Oh, that's a good one. Sometimes. I don't want to say like most of the time, but because I work remotely, you don't see all the body language sometimes. But there's definitely like, there's another book I read talking about like presentation skills. Because bro, when I was like trying to figure out how to present in front of people, I just went on a whole like track of learning how to present. And it talked about presenting in like stages, right? Where the first stage is you're just trying to figure out the content. You're trying to say the content correctly, right? And then after you get past that stage, now you're focused on how people are visually interpreting you, right? So you focus on like, doing all these things and presenting yourself that way. And then the third stage is connecting with your audience, right? Like, what is it that they need, and like things like that, and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm totally forgetting the question.
The overlap between the skills that you take from both sides.
Yes, and reading clients and reading
yeah.
stages. Yeah, so I want to say there's like stages involved.
Okay.
For sure, right? Because like with the crowd, sometimes you're like focused on listening to your music and just playing the music, like the content part of it, right? Yeah. That's the first part. Then the second part is like, you're dancing, your expressions, and the third part is like really connecting with your audience, right? And like, who's out there? Like, do I know people there? Are they like looking at me? How am I going to connect with them, right? And so that's sort of a parallel between DJing and presenting to clients, or connecting with clients, or reading clients. That's what you had asked.
Would you say what's the percentage in the sense of content versus the expression that you bring to this stage? So like the reason I asked that, like we had a violinist on the show recently.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, there's one thing to play the violin, right? Like people can play the violin, but you also got to put the expression into playing it.
Oh, that's so interesting.
So when you're DJing, at what percentage would you say? Is it like 50-50 that the music's also got to be good, but also your energy on stage is also got to be good? Or like what's the equilibrium there?
I would say that depends on like the phase. That depends on the set that you're deciding to play, right? Because there are some sets where you're just totally freestyling it, right? Okay. And so you're really focused on like, what song am I gonna play next? How am I gonna keep the energy there? How am I gonna connect to the audience? When you're doing it all in real time, right? And so that's what I used to do when I was playing at residencies, right? Because it's like every week you're playing new music, right? But now because I'm playing less, I can really prep my set ahead of time. Right, so it's like, well, I make my own music. I got to make sure I have these tracks in my set, and so when I focus on content, that's even before I play the set. Then when I play the set, it's like, all right, that stuff is covered. Now I just got to like mix in these things, and I could just like have fun with the audience, if that makes sense.
As much as there's been low moments, what are some of the high moments that have been for music for you? Can you reflect on that a little bit?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I guess like my first label signing was pretty amazing. Yeah.
Walk me through that story.
So this was like my first song like back in the game, right? I was like, okay, if I'm gonna come back to music, like there needs to be something. It can't just be like, oh, I'm back in it, release it as a mixtape and like never promote it, right? It was like, hey, we got to make this whole thing, right? And so I like made my logo. I did like a photo shoot and like everything. I had this song. And it was a totally different instrumental. I sent it to like another singer. Her name is MLX, and I had like lyrics and stuff, and like she sang over it, and I was like, people of this caliber exist? That's insane. It was like one take, and it was perfect, and it was so perfect to the point where I was like, I need to redo the whole instrumental. So I scrapped the instrumental, I put something else under it, and then I was like on top of the world, right? And then I sent it out to labels, and I was getting rejections everywhere. Just like, no, it's not for us. Like, no, like it's to this vibe. We're looking for that vibe. Oh, like the production's kind of like, you can fix it up a little bit. And then I eventually found a home for it. Like Hoop Records, they're out in Italy, and we released it. The song has 200-something thousand, I think, at this point. But that was like my first song back, and it was like, oh, it's so nice. Yeah. And funny story is, one of the reasons why I came back to music is because I heard of this dude called Joel Corey. Okay. It just so happens that he's playing this festival, which is insane. I remember hearing Lonely for the first time from Joel Corey, and I was like, this is, because like growing up I used to also play piano, right? And I loved like house music, but he sort of blended house and piano music, but also like commercial radio vocals into like Head and Heart, like Lonely, Bed, and all these songs, and I was like, I want to make something like that, right? I want to do something like that. And so, what did I say earlier? Like, imitate the greats, then figure out your own way, right? And so that's what I did with my first song, All on Me. And then it eventually got signed. And
What a full circle moment.
It's insane. It's crazy, bro.
When you found out he was playing, were you
it was okay, we were talking about Faja earlier, so shout out Faja, I love you.
Yeah, love.
He was out in Veld with like a few of my buddies too. Like Neil and Leo and them, and they saw Joel Corey play live. Okay. And I couldn't make it to this trip, right? And they were watching Joel Corey play live, they were recording it, and they were asking a bunch of strangers. They were like, hey, I'm recording you right now, can you say fuck Andrew Lampa? Can you say fuck Andrew Lampa? And so they have like a 2-minute clip of people saying fuck Andrew Lampa during Joel Corey's set. It's insane. They even got the security guard to say it. And some of these people feel like they seem pretty passionate in saying it.
Okay.
It's amazing. I got to ask them for the video and send it to you guys. Like, it's hilarious. But yeah,
you gotta show Joey.
Yeah, right. It's like, hey, look at this. Yeah. It's so funny. But you're right. It is like a full circle moment. Yeah.
What does that feel like now? You know, the reason you started.
Yeah.
Right back in.
You're at your top. And you're meeting him there. You know what I mean?
Man, life is filled with full circle moments.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about this elevator, but it's also like an elevator that's like in a circle.
In a circle.
Sorry, was it elevator? Roller coaster. Roller coaster.
Yes.
That's in a circle. Yeah, because like there's a
loop-de-loop, you know.
Pretty much, man. Loops on loops, man. Loopception. Like even when I played like Chasing Summer, like it was a full circle moment for me, because when I used to make music a long time ago, I wasn't making EDM. I was sort of just making R&B, like pop sort of music. And then I heard like Clarity by Zed. It's like a huge song, right? And so that's what inspired me to start making electronic music, right? And then full circle moment at Chasing Summer, like Zed was playing. And so for me it was like, this is insane. Like, and then like to go back to like that full circle moment with like Joel Corey, it was like these two separate moments in my life with like making music and stuff like that, and just like full circles are everywhere.
Yeah.
If you look for them, yeah.
Everything's meant to be, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing this full time? Has that ever crossed your mind and you're like, hey, like,
yeah,
I love one side, but I love the other, but I think I can do this, and then I want to do this.
Yeah. It definitely has. Something that I've come to like realize of like myself is that for me to be creative, I need to have all my shit like together, like in place, right? One of the reasons why in Montreal, like I burnt out and I was like, I this isn't for me anymore, is because that was my sole focus, right? And because like it was sort of like a challenging point where it was like, okay, I'm in a new place, I gotta start over, like everything, like it's all or nothing, right? And at that point there was no all, right? So it became nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas like at this point, it's like more about finding that balance, right? And finding those moments that like come to me, like, and having those inspirational moments, but also putting in work in like, what's the term, like exposure hours, right? You're never gonna get anything done if you don't just put yourself in the seat to at least experience something, right? So there's definitely been moments where I think about, hey, what if I just, blah, 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 drop everything and do it. And I think for me, knowing myself, it's like I have to balance it with other things in life, for sure.
Andrew, last question for you.
Yeah.
If there was any advice that you wish you would have received when you started, what would that be?
I'm gonna need like 10 minutes to really think about this. No. Yeah. If there was, can you say your question again?
Yeah. If there was like a piece of advice that you wish you would have knew when you first started into music.
Yeah.
What would that piece of advice be?
What would that piece of advice be?
Or if you could tell yourself, your younger self, something before you get started.
I would tell myself, meet Emily Simoes Fuega, and be with her earlier. I'm kidding.
She's shaking her head right now.
She's like,
let me draw my boutique.
Okay, so if I were to answer that question, if I could go back in time and tell myself one piece of advice, what would I say? Okay, I would say this. I would say it's okay to find inspiration in places where you think you wouldn't normally find them, right? Because I think sometimes, especially when we're creative, we're like, oh, I like this. I want to kind of make this, or like, hey, I like how that person dresses. I kind of want to like imitate that, right? Going back to what I was saying about like, it's okay to imitate the greats, and then find out your own way. Yes, we need to have like that sort of sandbox, so we know what sandbox we're playing in, right? But if we never go beyond that, we're never gonna see the whole playground, right? And that's almost like robbing ourselves of our own potential creativity. So I think that's what I would tell myself and tell other people, because music's always changing, it's always evolving, right? And so that's part of like where the excitement lies. Because we want to make the music that we love, we want to do these things that inspire us, but how you keep that inspiration alive, explore new things.
Andrew, thank you so much for your time.
It was a pleasure. It was
Thank
great.
you so much for coming on the podcast. If you haven't checked out his music, please do so. And until next time, peace. 204
Rise, let's go!
Oh, thank you, brother. Much love.
That was great.
Much love.